Hello, and welcome back to another Minecraft Let's Play video with me, Elven Dragon. So today we are taking a little bit of a break from the Fossil Research Lab and its associated extinct animal exhibits to work on this thing that I'm standing in right here, or the finished part of it anyway. So we are going to be starting over here by our main base, and this little roadway here basically stretches all the way from the redstone pit and will eventually stretch all the way to the Guardian Farm, passing through our main base here, the Biosphere Tower, through the Ruined Village, past the Fossil Restoration Lab, and through Stardust Valley. And then we'll go underwater in a tunnel, and eventually connect up to the Grits Farm. So what we're going to be working on with this road today is there are a few spots where it crosses the river, and there is currently no road right there. So we are going to be putting in some bridges in those areas. So there is one right here by the raid farm, where it crosses over to head to the Biosphere Tower. There's one on the other side of the Biosphere Tower where it connects into the Birch Woodlands, headed towards the Ruined Village. And then there is one right before we reach the Ruined Village where there is a very large patch of river. So we are going to be working on 3, maybe 4 if I feel like it, because there is a stretch of river over by the Fossil Restoration Lab that's going to need a bridge as well. I think first what we're going to do is the bridge here connecting the raid farm and our main base to the Biosphere Tower. So what I think we're going to do is we're going to make a bunch of stone arches for support pillars and somehow figure out how we are going to be angling this. So I think I'm going to get the basic structure of this bridge in here, and then I will be right back. Alright, so we've got a pretty nice looking bridge here in. I may have gotten a little carried away and got the whole thing in instead of just a scaffolding of it. Just need to get the roadway put on top here, which that will be later, but I'm quite happy with it. I almost want to make these pillars another block wide to match their width here, but I think it's probably okay the way it is right now. So now all that remains is just to replace some of these with mossy variants, maybe stick a few cobblestone in here, and why not? Let's replace that one with a wall. There we go, just add a little bit of a thin section, and otherwise just add in some detail work. Alright, I think that looks pretty good. Pretty well balanced in terms of detailing. So I think we'll call this bridge done, minus the roadway. So our next bridge is over here on the other side of the Biosphere Tower, and is what's going to connect the path going right past the Biosphere Tower to the path going to the Birch Forest. And what I'm thinking for this is we will do a covered bridge. And what I think we're going to do for this bridge is we will use dark oak as the primary color. Probably mix in a bit of spruce as well, maybe into the middle of this. And maybe a little bit on the sides. The basic shape for this is basically we're just going to have our center here. We'll have support beams going up to about 3 high, I think. And then what we're going to do is on top, I think we'll do dark oak, and we will have another beam going across the center. Again, I might mix in some spruce to go with this. Once I get the basic form in, just to add a little variation to it, we're going to fill in the ends, and then we're going to bring this up to a point here. So let's get the other side filled in here and take a look at how this looks. Let's get rid of some of these leaves here that are blocking the view. Yeah, I don't think that's too bad. So I guess now we can get to work on the sides of this bridge. So now that we have the basic shape in, we can get to work on the detail work of the walls. I think we'll probably repeat these pillars every so often along the side. They won't go all the way down to the bottom of the river and basically serve to support the frame of the bridge instead of supporting the bridge's weight. And then I think what we'll do is we'll mix some spruce trap doors in here, and we'll just have indented sides, but we're going to primarily be using the dark oak. So let's see, I think we'll do 4 blocks between pillars. I think that should provide a nice gap between them. So let's finish this side here and step back and take a look. Let's see. Yeah, I don't think that looks too bad, and then once we get the other pillars in, it'll look just like the side of a covered bridge. Alright, I'm gonna go get that in, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so our little covered bridge here is done. I quite like how it looks. I might think about putting a lantern or two in here at some point. I think it looks just fine without it. So I guess that means we just head on down the path again to reach our next bridge. Oh, wait. I skipped the next part of the path because I didn't feel like going through this birch forest on stream. Oh well. It is complete where we need to build the bridge. So I will head over to there and meet you there. Alright, so our next bridge is going to go right across the bend in this river here. So I think we're going to do a bit different of a type of bridge for this one. I think what we're going to do is we're going to go up a block here, and we'll have a platform spanning the gap. So part of the reason we are going for a different type of bridge at this river crossing is because it is so much larger. So I decided to go for more of a suspension bridge type bridge and have the bridgeway supported by cables. Now I can't do an actual suspension bridge because I can't get the angle of the cables right, but I can do a single cable design that literally ties the bridgeway to the pillars, as opposed to suspends the bridgeway under the cables. So once we have the base floor of the bridge in, then what I think we're going to do is we'll go a couple blocks out from the shore here, build some pillars, just go up to the road for now. Then every 7 blocks, we'll have another pillar, and those will be our supports for this bridge that are holding the cables that, if this were a real bridge, would actually be holding up the bridge. Part of the reason we're doing these every 7 blocks is because that will give ample space to hide the boats that will give the effect that we need for cables. Because what we're going to do is we're going to go up above our roadway by 5 blocks. Wait, no, 6 blocks looks good. And we're going to top each of these with another brick wall to bring these pillars down to a point. And we'll put a fence on top of that. Alright, so the next part of the bridge is to basically knock out all but the blocks right before the pillars on the edges. And I think for this end one here, we'll just knock out 3 blocks because we don't need any more space than that. And what we're going to do is we are going to replace those with upside down stairs like that. And we're just going to do this all the way down for each of the holes in the side. Now what these stairs are going to do is they're going to allow us to put boats under this bridge. And basically what we're going to do is we'll have a boat hidden here under the bridge. If we can't try and align that or something so it fits better where we want it. And that's close enough. And that's just going to basically be stuck inside these stairs. So we're going to leash that, go over to the other side of the pillar, and watch that get stuck on the upside down stair there. Put down another boat, leash that, and then we'll jump onto the bridge through this handy water escape platform that I'm not just placing now, and take our scaffolding, climb up to the top of the pillar, and connect those leads to the, or I would be connecting those to the top of the fence post if the one didn't break and the one boat didn't get out of position. Let's nudge that back where it needs to go. So let's try this again and connect those. Did they even connect this time? I'm not seeing the leads. There we go. Now we have these little cables. So I'm going to go get the rest of that in, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so we have all of our support ropes in, and I think it looks pretty good. Just need to put a wall on the side. We will have the occasional drown sticking its head through, but that is fine. What I think we're going to do is to keep the nether brick pattern. We're just going to do chiseled nether bricks for the walls. I was thinking about putting in the road pattern on top of the center here, but I think it looks just fine as is. And I think that with this wall, that will be good. I don't entirely like that the ropes are going into the roadway, but there's nothing I can really do about that. So I think with that, this bridge is done. And it's on to the last one. So I'll meet you on the other side of the swamp. Alright, so our 4th and final bridge is right here at the trading hall, or at least the above ground side of the trading hall, where there is really nothing built. And what we're going to do here is we'll just have a nice little simple bridge. Start on the side where we actually have it kind of dug out for the road and clear where we're putting this bridge. And we are just going to mix in some trapdoors, slabs, and campfires into the mix. And we'll just have a nice jumble of blocks for the road base. And make sure to put all these campfires out. So I'm going to get the base path in, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so now that the main part of the bridge here is done, what we need is to put the railings in. So we're going to start with a line of spruce wood along the side here. And then once we have the base of the railing in, what we're going to do is we will have fence posts going up by 3, solid line going all the way down. On row 2 we will have groups of 3 fence posts with a block in between them, and then the middle one will bring all the way down to the bottom of the railing. So we'll just repeat this pattern for the entire length, and I think that should give a nice decorative wall supports for this little bridge. Now we are just short of the end of the bridge with the pattern. Let's actually expand that out a couple blocks. That way the pattern actually ends where the fence post should be for the pattern. And then to finish off this bridge, we will put some more fences across where we have the pillars going all the way up, and those will just basically be support braces for the center of the bridge. So I think that's looking pretty good. To be honest, that actually kind of looks like a garden terrace. You know those wooden arches that you have plants growing on that you see in gardens? One of those. Not necessarily terrace. Can't remember the name of it. But you know what would look really good here? Lanterns. And we just happen to be right next to the trading hall. So let's go grab some of those. Alright, so I like how that looks. The only problem is we can't walk underneath them. So unfortunately, we'll have to take them out. You know what we could do? Will it work if we hang them on the sides here? We're going to be 1 lantern short of finishing the bridge, but that's not going to be too bad and it shouldn't affect the look overall. And it's not too hard to grab another lantern from the trading hall, since it's right there. Oh, I really like how that looks. That's good. We just gotta get the last one for there, and I think that's this bridge done. But I think that is gonna be it for today. I'll get the rest of the road laid in off camera. Probably. Maybe. At some point, it will be put in. I say with all the optimism of someone who gets distracted from a project within 2 minutes. Anyway, at what point I get this road in aside. Thank you all so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing, and I will catch you all in the next one. Goodbye!